Okay, let's get this started. So this is gonna be switch to Langrisser. This is gonna be TSDL match of Bless You versus Tksh. However you want to say it. Great. Alright, so this will be streaming from Bless You's side, starting us off from kind of the picks at this point. So yeah, let's go ahead and begin with this. So Bless You's side looks a little bit more, yeah. So going back to otherwise the gameplay, we see on Bless You's side we have interesting. It's not really AoE, but it is kind of AoE. It's more Empire since you have Varna, Bernhardt, you have Leonhardt. He does have a splash of more meta assassins as well with Sherry Kyura. So it's a little off meta due to some characters, but it's definitely going to be interesting, especially with Iris doing the teleport shenanigans, which we haven't seen her in a while. Because most people use young Jessica now. Or not young, volley Jessica. On Tksh's side, we have looks like a more standard box with Pepsi. There's Himiko, Werner. Just mentioning all the people that I think are interesting or that I like. But yeah, first band, Bless You, bans Wetham and chooses Wetham himself. I guess he's not really afraid to get double banned of tanks in his case, which does happen. Tksh probably going to choose Elwyn here. Or that's what I would do. If you ban all tanks, Elwyn becomes like a monstrosity. But in this case, I guess Tksh is also very good because she does have the extra life and she can pretty much one-shot almost anyone. Let's see, how many tanks does Tksh have? He has basically Hilda, Juggler, and... oh, he's just running 2 tanks. So, okay, so Bless You follows the same thought process. So this is going to be a tankless battle here. Yeah. Yep. Ah, that's boring. Who needs viewers? I don't stream anymore. Alright, Helena, also a very good pick. Basically, Bless You can start going into a lot of long ranged units. So the next people that I would expect that Bless You's kind of gunning or aiming at is characters like Tiaris. If he wants like a physical tank, probably Bernie to kind of like subvert one hit from Elwyn. Kyura would be good here. Not sure who she would kill yet, but probably kill like Lucretia's puppet or something. And definitely Ares. Ares probably being the top contender for a picky ones. On Tksh's side, he chose Elwyn as I kind of expected. That is definitely someone who I would think is much higher of a threat, and I probably would have banned him as soon as I saw that all tanks are gone. So next person that he would probably pick, tough to say, but Himiko is a very good pick since She does do a lot of harassment, and she can subvert one physical attack. Ares is good, Leon's good, Pepsi's good. He has a lot of long range units, so Tksh has a lot of options. I'm gonna stop saying his name because I have no idea how to pronounce it. Let's see. Bless you with Leonhardt though. That is pretty interesting pick. I'm not sure how well it'll do since Elwin can probably punch through him. He's probably gonna bring Dark Centurions, but the Tksh can easily one-shot him no matter where he teleports. So Leonhardt's gonna be a little bit tough to use, but if he does go in there, he'll make some waves. Choosing Florentia as the healer in comparison to Iris. So Ares Kyra long range pick is removed. Bless you is kind of left with Varna, which is, I don't think it's going to be too strong against Tksh's group, especially since he has Rosential. Alright, so Tksh is left with actually two very strong picks. Ares is probably going to be the stronger pick of the two. Just sparing single target Ares, he could kill any of the units on Bless You's side. So now they're adjusting hero skills and soldiers configurations, so just kind of talking a little bit on probably what's going to happen this fight. So on Bless You's side, he has two major initiators. He has Wetham and he has Helena. Leonhardt's probably not going to be doing too much at the very beginning. He'll probably have his long range one spell, which will allow him to act again and kill someone. But that's kind of about it. Maybe he'll double it with 3C. But overall, Leonhardt not too scary on Tksh's side. Tksh, he has basically a lot of threat here. His main goals is probably going to be Elwin sniping or Ares sniping Helena or Wetham. But most likely Helena basically outpaces both of them. So because of that, Helena is probably going to be the main initiator. So the first skirmish is going to be Helena picking off whoever she wants. Then Tksh will probably follow up by killing whoever he wants. Yeah, overall with the fight, most likely it's in Tksh's favor in this. But who knows, we'll see. And, anything can really happen here. Also, not to mention when Helena goes in, if Sherry is still there and she does a 3C, she'll most likely, I don't think it'll kill Helena if she's also hit by the damage, but she'll do a lot of damage and then she could probably snipe someone else. Alright, Elwin bringing in the 3C, going to be very strong here since this is going to be basically a huge trade-off game. Most units are going to just fight each other, trade, and do more trades. Okay, so as we can see, Florentia is a 5-star here. Is it a 5-star? Kind of interesting because this Florentia doesn't have her helmet. If she had her helmet, she'd automatically start at 5, which definitely makes her more usable. Because the big thing about using Florentia is that you kind of want to start off and at least have enough to use her act again. But in this case, she could just 3C into it, and she also brought mass attack and winning strategy. So if any of them die, like Wetham's 3C, then she'll have act again. Leonhardt having his Dark Centurions as we thought. He's just going to teleport, Fusion Sword, Air Slash. The tough thing about that is, like I spoke last time, Even if he teleports to a forest, he'll get one shot by Lucretia. Wetam, he's gonna be pretty tanky with steel main walls. However, with Holy Sherry, that should be able to punch through him. Helena, like we said during ban pick, she could probably kill one person. And we'll see with Iris. On Tksh's side, okay, so he's just teleporting Wedham in and going straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Yeah, so he went directly out of range of Elwyn. That's kind of the danger of Tksh's setup. He actually set up at the very back instead of having someone at the forefront in order to kind of counteract this play. 3, 4. So he can move 5 here, put in a sword here, and move 3. So all Tksh needs to do in order to actually counter this is just basically move the puppet. But moving the puppet also means that he is negating, he would be allowing Leonhardt to teleport in. As we expected from Ares, he's single target. Sherry, I'm not sure why she brought Shadow Raid. It's pretty useless here. In addition, I'm not sure why she brought unicorns as well. Given the expectation that Leonhardt's going to be bringing Centurions, I guess because unicorns do magic damage, she can probably still punch through Leonhardt, but still, I don't think that was a smart decision. We'll see in the end. I don't think it really hurts his battle too much. Full single target, so everything is pretty much as expected. Bless You has this chance to basically go in with Wetham, snipe whoever he wants. Most likely, if I were to snipe someone, I'd probably do... It's really hard to say since every single one of Tksh's units are kind of a threat. I would probably go for L1 here. Elwyn kind of has more long-term presence, and then he can also kill a lot of the units. Ares, after he kills someone, he dies. Sherry is also a large threat as well. Very hard to say. There isn't really too many units that Bless You can go for because of the fact that he decided to choose 2 healers. So no matter who he goes and kills with Wetham, if Wetham dies afterwards, he's already basically at a loss. Because Tksh has another unit that's long range, can hit another unit, kill, and basically carry the game. So he's pretty much thinking what he wants to do now. Not too much. Well, yeah. So, yeah, we're just gonna have a bunch of long time of him kind of just thinking whether he should go in or not, and Tksh just waiting for him to go in so he can counter. Not much else to say there. Oof, that sounds good. I don't know about anyone view, but I love drinking ginger beer. Ginger beer is just so good. Yeah, I mean, Tksh can't do anything. He's basically out of range. And Bless You can go in with Wet Ham. But Bless You can't go in either because immediately if he goes in with Wet Ham, he pretty much ruins his only opportunity. So, yeah. His best hope is actually somehow Leonhardt ruining everything, but with Rosential it's pretty tough. And funny enough, she brought faction buff just for Lucretia. So that's actually a big thing that she didn't use it yet. Okay, so with Leonhardt with movement buff, he can move 5. And say that he does have a Balance Blade with Fusion Sword, he would have a range of 3. So technically he could hit at least Rosential, but that's it right now. You think this game leans more towards him? I will take a large drink every game. Don't get me talking about yesterday's games. The first thing you see at their pick ban, you're thinking, damn, well, I guess we're gonna be sitting here for a while, and the winner is the first person to get the mid. This is more like I'm playing a rush box, but I don't know when I want to rush in. It makes sense. That's basically the purpose of rush boxes. Okay, so he's going in now. Now the question is, who does he want to kill? Well then, he just backs off. That's not too bad since he has first turn priority. But that does mean that he has no choice but to go in with... Wait a minute, they just moved Ares here? He did, didn't he? Alright, so... essentially what this means is that if Leonhardt has Balance Blade, which most likely he does, he would be hitting at least 3 people. Or he'll be having someone dead because of Sherry, because I'm not looking at things. Okay. So Sherry just goes in because of 3C Wet Ham. And we have a very sad boy here. The unfortunate thing is that now Bless You has only like so many options. And because he didn't use 3C, Leonhardt can't be act again. Alright, so next turn Leonhardt's gonna go in, do a big 2C to airstrike to kill someone. Oof, man, I love drinking it. Every time you drink like a ginger beer, your throat burns, and it's like the best feeling ever. Alright. Alright. I know. Alright, so there's only like so many moves he can do now. And no matter what he does, what's gonna happen is Elman's gonna go in on Wet Ham. And Wet Ham's gonna be real sad. Yes, yes, let's get KBBQ. Do you know like where I live or after I move, there's like no KBBQ up here. It's all not that great, but we have some pretty good stuff where I live now. Yeah. Actually, I'm changing my workplace actually. So my office is moving down south. So yeah, no longer gonna be working at that location. Also, Tksh opting to heal instead of just going in with Elwin, kinda awkward. Oh no, I'm still working for the same company. We're actually moving to a larger location. So we're upsizing or upgrading our office space. Well, as you can see here, Tksh now just really needs to kill Leonhardt, and he basically has it. And he does have Ares who should one-shot him. So yeah, pretty much ended at band pick, I would say. Problemo. Alright, that's first game. First game going to Tksh. Let's see how the second game goes. Alright, as we could already see, they didn't change their box any. Let's see how the band pick goes this time. Are we going to have a tankless box again, or are we going to have a tank? So, first ban Christine again. Tksh really doesn't like her, so I'm assuming that he only has Kyra, Lucretia, and TSDL here, so I guess it's really scary, maybe. I'm not too sure why. Given that Tksh is running both Werner and Epsilon, which are both melees, or basically assassins who don't really need to worry about Christine, it's kind of interesting. Plus, he's side still deciding who to ban. I mean, Tksh doesn't really have any tanks in his box either. All he really has is Hilda and Juggler. And I don't think anyone really considers Juggler a tank anymore. I bet you that if Juggler was chosen, he's most likely Cavalry. I don't know for sure, but given his box, I bet it would be. Interesting. So Tiara's first ban and Landia's pick by Bless You. So with Tiara's ban for Tksh, all he really has now is Resential to pick. I find this actually really interesting because looking at Bless You's boss, he looks a lot more AoE centric than compared to single target focused. So it's kind of interesting that he's leaving specifically Resential for Tksh. But hey, maybe he knows something I don't. Alright, Tksh opting for first pick Wet Ham. Because last game Wet Ham was actually first banned. So he now gets the option this time. And so now for the bans that Bless You's having, he actually has the option to double ban tanks like he did last time, if he wants to go for that option. Alright, instead he does ban Kyra and Resential, so Tksh doesn't really have any healers anymore. That includes AoE healer from Kyra, but if he doesn't want to counter basically any AoE, he can still pick Juggler in this case. Bless You picking Leonhardt, which is interestingly enough. And then Tksh goes ahead and bans the long legs as well as the faction buffer being Bernhardt for Leonhardt. Followed by picking Werner. Werner, pretty solid in most cases, just kind of like the hardest hitting assassin. Can't really argue anything with that. I think the following question would be kind of, where is Bless You trying to take his team here? He now chooses Sherry. Okay. Sherry's good. I mean, at this point with Tksh, you might as well start banning healers. Hey Straw. I forgot you existed again. Just kidding. Hello. Of course, there are lots of dead people. Alright, Elwyn chosen in order to faction buff Burner. And for the ban on Bless You's side, well, actually, looking at Bless You, he actually did get his healers ban. Oh, I forgot everything. I'm good at that. Don't you know, it's a sign of maturity. Once you get to a certain age, you start forgetting everything. That's how you know you're grown up. Well, let me rephrase that. Not that you're grown up, that you're an old man. So, kind of speaking on a basis, you know how once you're a kid, you're always saying, "Oh, I'm grown up. Oh, stop treating me like a kid. I'm an adult." How you know that you're a kid is when you say that. And then as you grow older, how you know you're an adult or how you know you're old is when you forget about things. You know, the saying, with age comes wisdom. The wisdom is the ability to forget. Okay. Alright, so looking at the teams for both sides, I can see this actually going a little bit more either way this time. There can be a teleport play with Burner to kind of kill one of the threats. Probably like Sherry. That's probably who I would design as a threat. Once one of them dies, Webham could easily go in and kill whoever other threat he wants. Elwin's there to kind of be a threat for anyone moving in this case most likely Leonhardt. And Tksh is basically a enabler. For Bless You's side, he's gonna have a bit of trouble with the juggler in this case. He does have a tank, so he can do a bit of tank pushing. He just needs to play a little bit around the burner, but if played carefully, perhaps with Leonhardt, if he's tanky enough and he goes onto a city wall, he'll be able to live a snipe, or then he can do like a 3C 2C combo. Or if he's strong enough, maybe he will be able to do enough damage to juggler. But in the case he brought Dark Centurions, he's definitely not going to be able to kill or anything. Varna, standard 3C, she's going to be the mass attacker. So Sherry brought lightning speed for some interesting reason. But I guess there's not really too many other abilities that are really important. Single target Webham, State Guards Werner. In this case, it doesn't matter if you brought State Guards or Faceless. I think State Guards is actually better since it gives them a bit more tankiness. Elwin bringing Defense Break for okay reasons. I don't question these things anymore. Juggler, not bad. Steel Maze, he'll probably be living pretty well. And Light of Genesis bringing Dark Elf Snipers to snipe Varna, I guess, because she wouldn't be able to do it without it. And it probably work against Sherry too. Maybe that's the real big brain play. But I mean, since Light Genesis 4 stacks is so strong, it doesn't really matter who she goes against. But she's definitely not punching Finlandius anymore. If I recall, does Light Genesis have free strike? I don't recall. She might. If she does, then she probably could have at least like taken the life off Finlandius. Sorry. I'll call her Log from now on. Because she has a giant log. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot. Lolly Jess, Light Genesis. You know, I'm just reading the title because I forget their names sometimes. Huh. Actually, side note, I'm actually just reading these. I didn't actually know that they have the class name above their actual name. Throughout this entire... Since I first played, I didn't even realize that, you know, he had like Ashura over his name, which is this class that you went through. Is that new? I didn't even know it was there. I guess it shows how not important it is. Alright, I'll zoom out a bit. You might... No. I think Alzheimer's is... It's way worse. I like to call it having selective memory. Now, one of the big questions I have here is that now that Werner set up a stance, do you think this is a counter stance or is this just a bait? I think it's just a bait. I think he's actually an offensive stance, except he puts everyone. He put Juggler 2 steps away just to make it look like he's in counter stance. Okay, so here is something that Bless You can do, which would probably be, it might not be game winning, but it'd be pretty strong. He could do, oh, he already moved Florencia. What am I talking about? I was gonna say a movement boost, and then he could go and hit Juggler real hard. Given that he is wholly into the steel mains, he might be able to kill. Do I really believe it? I don't know. I mean, at this point, Wetham's not going to be able to move into range in order to go in, so you might as well move Sherry in order to kill Elwin. Kill Elwin, die for a double kill or something. Or basically move up, stun Juggler because Juggler's guarding, and then kill either Wetham or Light of Genesis or something. That's probably the best play. And if he just so happens to kill Juggler, booyah. If he doesn't, well, he kills someone else. You know, it's at times like these that I kind of wish I had like a fidget spinner so I could actually do something. It's kind of nice having this peaceful music in the background too, because it just goes to show how peaceful this game is. Oh, did he actually? He moved Sherry right into range. I mean, it's not actually a bad decision because she's in guard range. And in this case, Wetham can't really do much. Just kidding, he can kill Landius. I've never tested that before. How much defense is... Oh, okay, so this Landius only has 800, since he doesn't have faction buff. Right. Yeah, not too surprising now. Poor guy. Landius is basically dead next turn. Or this turn. The big question now is, what does Bless You want to accomplish with basically the play that just happened? Because no matter what happens, whether it's Elwin or anyone else, Landius is gonna die. I mean, follow that up, you have Juggler. Juggler can most likely just do a 3C, jump in. Tons of damage. 1, 2. Yep. So Juggler's 3C would reach until and kind of hit Varna and Landius. I'm not sure if it'll do enough damage to kill. I'm pretty sure it should at least do 3.3k. Wait, whose turn is it? Oh, right, it's Bless You's turn. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty tough choice here. Because Wetham is still right in proximity. If he is able to kill with Sherry, that'd be the best option. But if he doesn't kill, then basically the sword would prevent him from acting again. Okay, so he does a hit on the sword. So he does have a breeze to act again. So he can basically kill almost anyone that he wants. Just kidding. All he can really do is hit Werner and Matthew. And given by the assumption that Werner is on attack stance, if she goes and hits Wetham, then he would just kill her. Followed by Elwin going and kill Mendius. Did she use her teleport? No, she hasn't. So she can teleport, go in and kill whoever she wants to. Okay, so she goes in and hits the juggler. But without an attack buff, yeah, it's not going to kill juggler. But given how much damage she did for just a buffless Sherry, that pretty much shows that if she had a faction buff, juggler would have died. However, because that single play, Bless You pretty much lost, unfortunately. I can't say it was the best idea to actually go in with Elwin here though, and especially to kill Barna. Because this actually allows Leonhardt to do his shenanigans. So now with this, he can do his 3C, 2C with his avatar attacking someone. Though Sherry is most likely dead. There's a burner here that can attack her, who brought sneak attack for extra damage. And there's also Light of Genesis here. Wait. What? What? Why? Okay, so Bless You just gave up there. So yeah, he conceded, and it's gonna be 2-0 for Tksh. So yeah, congratulations to Tksh for going up and winning this match. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. See you later. Hey, I have an ending screen. It's so professional. Just kidding. See ya.